Hello again, I'm Joe Murphy and I'm running to be Ward 1 City Councilor. This is my fourth QATV video, so I'm going to jump right into it. The major themes of my candidacy are bringing communication, dialogue, transparency, and access back to the position of Ward 1 Councilor. The communication reduction under the current councilor has been disgraceful. The online content is embarrassing and unhelpful. Community meetings have become as rare as a comet and exist only to tell us of what decisions are being inflicted upon us rather than to gather input from the residents. I'm going to change all that. My online presence via social media and votejoemurphy.com is far beyond our elected councilors' minimal efforts, which may or may not consist of having a cat walk on a computer keyboard. And for those who prefer personal contact, I'll be having weekly office hours, community meetings before, during, and after projects. Engaging newsletters, videos, and press access will be the norm. Now on to roads, sidewalks, tide gates, seawalls, and storm drainage. These have to be a priority. We shouldn't need the federal government to sue us to prioritize our own city's aging foundation. We can't be waiting for Manat Ave to fall into the ocean to decide to act. We saw with the police station, fire stations, and maritime center, the MO has been to let facilities and infrastructures fall into such disrepair that the only option is complete rebuilds. This could be by design, and it's pretty obvious that some people get to cash in on a planned condemnation approach. I'm also calling for an independent, outside review of the city's financial plan. Since the current mayor took office, the city's unfunded pension liability has ballooned to over $425 million, which is 157% higher than when the mayor was elected in 2007. Given these stats, Quincy's system is not projected to be fully funded until the year 2037. This is my daughter's hometown, and I'm not going to stand by while we hand their generation a pile of debt and a consolation prize of pretty fountains and a few rich developers. And I want to establish a participatory budget program that lets citizens bypass the government bureaucracy to fund city enrichment projects that the people identified and voted on, giving real people a real say over real money. This will not only improve our neighborhoods, but increase resident engagement with City Hall. Quincy has shown that it can lead. We saw this in the development of the Quincy model, a bold initiative of having our police carry Narcan. This saved lives and became a national standard. In the same way, I want Quincy to become a leader on local environmental policy by modernizing and greening our zoning ordinances. A green zoning task force can make innovative updates to our zoning that works for the planet, our builders, and personal budgets. This will not only provide a way for cities to help the environment, but it will help alleviate runaway housing costs. This campaign is far more urgent than it was just 2 years ago. To say it bluntly, the people of Quincy are not properly represented. The mayoral term has been doubled, and 4 years later, the current mayor is running nearly unopposed. We are all but assured that this very powerful administration will get a new term with little accountability. Our only choice is to elect more city councilors who are willing to stand up for their constituents, or we will not have a representative government at City Hall for the foreseeable future. Every election that goes by, the citizen voice grows weaker, left only to pin one's hopes on the integrity of the mayor for comfort. That is not how government is meant to work in America. A loyal opposition in the legislative branch can strengthen an executive because you will know that decisions have been rightly put through the forge of examination and debate. It is not because we oppose the mayor that we want checks and balances, but it is because we support our city and want our people to thrive. To that end, we desperately need to get beyond the familiar names on the ballot. As I said in 2017, when we elect the same people, we elect the same ideas. We promote the same priorities. If we keep propping up Quincy's political clique, the same people will benefit and the same problems will persist and new debts will accrue. I am not interested in this as a career. I won't be concerned with making relationships with special interest. My concern will be giving voice to the people of Ward 1 and enriching life in Quincy. I won't be concerned with a second term. My concern will be keeping our water clean and off our streets and out of our basements. Instead of focusing on the next campaign, my focus will be keeping pedestrians safely on traversable sidewalks and bikes and cars moving on smooth streets with properly programmed traffic lights. Ward 1, we are not a typical ward, and I am not a typical candidate. You should shake up the system. Don't send someone with tired ideas and a default position of, yes, Mr. Mayor. Send someone with bold ideas and a default position of, I've got questions, Mr. Mayor. I humbly and urgently ask for your vote on November 5th. Thanks for listening.